Alexander, let's talk about General Mad Dog Mattis, who was Trump's Secretary of Defense before they had a rift and they fell out of favor. But Mattis seems to have now fallen in favor with the president, the office of the president-elect Joe Biden, which doesn't exist. I always have to preface that there is no such thing as an office of the president-elect. But in this upside-down clown world, we'll say the office of the president-elect, because it is a clown world which Biden looks to preside over. But Mattis says that he wants to replace America First now with America Equal. And there you have it, a general for the United States of America military who once went by the name of Mad Dog Mattis now says America First is not a good strategy, and it should be replaced under Joe Biden with cooperative alliances. So maybe he shouldn't have the name Mad Dog anymore. Maybe it should be something like I don't know, maybe calm little dog, or something like that.
Well, why not poodle? Because it seems to me that that's what he is. I mean, the globalists poodle. Because let's just take a step back and think about this. When I read this briefly, and I didn't notice it was Mattis. I said, American general says, that he's opposed to America First. I said, you're kidding me. A general thinks this? A general doesn't think that he should put his own country first? What kind of a general is this? What sort of a soldier is this? I mean, and then, of course, an American general? I mean, think of the American heroes of the past. Think of Andrew Jackson. Think of George Washington. Think of Ulysses Grant. Think of George Patton. I mean, would they say, that you should put other countries equal to the United States if you're an American general, an American soldier? I mean, that seemed to me astonishing. And then, of course, I saw that it was Mattis, and it all made complete sense. Because, to be very clear, in my opinion, Mattis's reputation, and this is something that Donald Trump has said, as a military leader is much exaggerated. But what is indisputably true is that too many of America's military leaders now, he has become a faithful executor of what we have to call, because there's no better word for it, the neoliberal, neoconservative, neocon global ideology, which seems to me clearly means that it's not your country any longer, which is paramount for you, even if you are a serving soldier. How he reconciles that with his oath as a soldier to the Constitution of the United States, I have absolutely no idea, but that's a problem for him.
Yeah, well, for the globalists, there is no constitution for any country. There is no such thing. It's a globalist outlook. There is no constitution. There is no country. It's a globalist world. Pompeo said on Fox News that Mattis was dead wrong. That's a quote for criticizing America First. He also said, I have a lot of respect for Jim, but he's just dead wrong on that. That is what Pompeo said. And what do you make of that statement from Pompeo? Also, before I forget, to close out the video, I was watching the Trump press conference, and they took the Q&A that he gave, the first one that he's done since the elections, and he also brought up the America First, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I just remember what he said. And I'm sure the mainstream media will take it out of context. Don't let them take this out of context. What Trump said is that, yes, he has ushered in the America First policy, mindset, philosophy, whatever you want to call it. And he says that's done great things for America. The American First policy and attitude has done great things for America. But Trump also said, and the media will not report what else he said right after he made the statement, that he believes in America First. Trump said, as should every country believe in putting their country first. Trump said that every country should put their country first. Don't let the media take what Trump said about America First out of context and say he's a dictator, authoritarian. He specifically said that every country should look to put their own priorities first.
Exactly, and that's what, by the way, he said all along. And he's right. Every country should put its interests first. This idea that you should not put your country's interests first, that you should subordinate its interests to someone else, is an extraordinary one. And it's very demoralizing, and it is most demoralizing of all for soldiers, because you're going to be sending soldiers around the world not for America's interests, but for someone else's interests, presumably. I mean, if it's not for America first, then what is it for? And that is not something that soldiers will understand. Let me assure you, the two great militaries that the United States is pitched up against, Russia and China, the militaries of Russia and China, they absolutely operate on the principle of Russia first and China first. And if you send American soldiers up against Russians and Chinese, and indeed the armies of many other countries, and you tell them that, you're not doing it for America first, then you're putting them at a massive psychological disadvantage. Now, I'm not talking just about war here. I want to make that very clear. I'm talking about every scenario where soldiers come into contact with each other. They may come into contact in negotiations. The US and the Russian militaries talk to each other all the time, for example, in Syria. It may come in the kind of naval maneuvers that go on in the South China Sea. It may come in all sorts of places. But if those people in the US military doubt that what they are doing is for the United States, then they will not do that which they are required to do in the way that their adversaries do, because their adversaries will be doing it straightforwardly for their country. So I cannot understand how any general, how any military leader could talk in that way.
Yeah, and just to finish out the video, we did a video actually the other day on Biden's national security team picks, and they've been running all kinds of tweets and posts on Facebook about, and they've just used these two words, America's back. And the mainstream media is now saying it all the time now, America's back, and we're going to go to the world and we're going to engage with the world again. In a multilateral world, we're going to engage with it. Multilateralism. America is back on the world stage to work with all the countries. They've been pushing that line now a whole hell of a lot. And then you have this Mattis statement where, he's like, it's not about America first, it's about, the global society is what he's saying. America's back is not, it doesn't mean what they may want you to think it means. It means that America's back actually means globalism is back. America is now back into globalism. They should really finish that sentence. America is back with the globalists is what it should say. It really reminds me of phrases like war is peace, humanitarian wars, all these types of doublespeak kind of things that they push out, these dumb slogans.
Well, indeed, exactly so. I mean, the big question is obviously if America's back, well, then where is it supposed to have gone? Where did it go? I mean, it's a nonsense slogan, but you're absolutely right. What they really mean when they use it is not that America is really back. It's back. What they mean is it's back. It's back under the control of the same group of people, the elites, the globalist elites that were in control before 2016. And it shows, by the way, again, that they have learned absolutely nothing from the experience of the Trump administration, and that they remain completely disconnected with the feelings of their own people.
I always would say the Obama rat pack, and I would say, Cameron, Obama, Merkel, Trudeau, Renzi. Now you're going to have the new rat pack, which is going to be, I'm not even going to say Biden, Harris, because Biden's going to be God. It'll be Harris, Trudeau, Merkel, Boris Johnson, Conte of Italy. Is that going to be the new rat pack, the new globalist rat pack? Van der Leyen of the EU, Lagarde?
Well, indeed, it's extraordinary because, of course, what they look like is exactly like the old Rat Pack, except, of course, they're slightly lesser. I mean, this sort of form of life evolves, but it evolves downwards. It's very strange. I mean, it sort of regresses. So we go from Obama to Sleepy Joe to Kamala Harris. Definitely, I'd say a visible decline there. There we go, and that's true of all of them. I mean, we went from Hillary Clinton to John Kerry to Anthony Blinken. Anyway, there we are.
Yeah. Oh, Cameron to Johnson, Trudeau to Trudeau. You've gone from Trudeau to Trudeau or Merkel to Merkel. They've even become lesser.
Well, indeed. Well, Merkel to Ursula von Leyen. Anyway, that's certainly how it looks to me. So it's as I said, I come back to this. Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin will have this bunch for breakfast. That's all I can tell you that for an absolute certainty. I mean, I can already see some of them. The Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov has been licking his chops. He's been in various capitals at the moment, in Yerevan, in Minsk, and he's been talking about the changes that have been happening in the world, if I can use that euphemism. And you can see that far from being worried or intimidated by it, he's actually looking at these people and is saying, basically, bring it on. I mean, and I can tell you, as I said, as before, if you're talking about the leaders of the Chinese and Russian militaries, they'll be listening to this thing, these comments that Mattis has made, and they'll be shaking their heads and they'll be saying, is this what America is coming to? And again, they'll be saying, bring it on.
Oh, yeah. Lavrov is going to eat Blinken alive. He's going to eat him for lunch.
Absolutely. No question about it.
All right, guys, we will leave it there. Alexander Mercurs, thank you very much, guys. Please click on that subscribe button down below. Also hit that notifications bell. Also, please check us out on BitChute, on Rumble, and on Odyssey. You will find all those links in the description box down below. We are on Rumble, and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to us on Rumble as well. And BitChute, we're almost at 10K on BitChute. So look for us on BitChute and help us get to 10,000 subscribers. And on YouTube, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Check your subscription again, because YouTube is removing people who are subscribed to our channels and they're not getting notifications to them. And help get this channel to 140,000 subscribers on YouTube as well. And of course, the Duran shop, pick up some new merch. Alex has new merch with him right now.
I do. But before I do, can I just also remind you that of some of our old merch? Here is the mug with the flag of the United States, the Republic, which General Mattis is supposed to serve, but apparently it's not America first anymore. Well, we think otherwise. We agree with Donald Trump. Every country, the leaders of every country, should put their country first. So that's just to say, you can find mugs there with the flags of many countries, but you will also find now mugs with the designs of Dimitris Economou, a great Greek artist who is now designing things exclusively for the Duran. And I got this wonderful mug of his today, and you'll be able to get many more. You'll be able to find more of his, not actually many more. There are some in our shop exclusively for our viewers, exclusively for the Duran, by a great Greek artist. And you will find them there with all the other wonderful things that we have in our shop. Our wonderful Duran mugs, our amazing Duran shirts, our amazing Duran hats, this one with the flag of Great Britain, this one with the flag of France. You can see it there. You can see the tricolor of France. We've also got, obviously, hoodies and also amazing ebooks. So if you come to our shop, you support us, and also look for us, as Alex said, on our other platforms, and support us through Patreon and Subscribe Star.
All right, Alexander Mercurs, thank you very much. Until next time, everybody, take care.